They really don't fit in your pocket for starters. That's an important fact. In the manual you read, it says don't put these in your pocket, especially after riding them, they get hot. Well, here today we have two different models. There's a 2.5, which are the ones down here. They do about 35 miles an hour and are 3.5 horsepower. A lot of kids get them, but they are sized and have the strength to carry a full-size adult. Even I can ride on them. Actually, Kyle over there is our top rider. And he's as big as me, and he rides on them all the time.
I'm a geek.
He is a geek. Then you go up to our kind of mid-level race bike, which is an 11.5 horsepower bike. This one will do about 65 miles an hour with an adult on it. It's got slick tires. There's 3 different levels of softness on the tires you can get depending on track surface. It's liquid cooled. It'll do wheelies, stoppies, burnouts, everything a real bike will do, it'll do. They're automatic. They use a centrifugal clutch like you'd have like in a go-kart, but obviously smaller and lighter weight. It's raining right now. If it wasn't, we'd have them out on the street with, basically being mini hooligans. We've got a racing league that starts very soon we're going to have Two Wheel Tuesdays down at Thunder Alley in Brooklyn Center. So we're going to have racing leagues down there. The gear guys wear is just normal Snell or DOT approved helmet, gloves, long sleeve shirt and pants, knee pads, elbow pads, and that's it. So you don't need full leathers. I've actually high-sided one of these models, one of the bigger models, coming around a big sweeper over there at probably 45 miles an hour, tumbled, got back up and grabbed the bike. They're really safe. That's one of the fun things about it. A lot cheaper than a full-size bike, and you don't need like a racing license. Just go down there and throw the thing down the track. They start at $12.99, and the price goes all the way up to like $3,200 is one of our top-end like 15 horsepower models. It's just an 11 horse that I've been messing around with. I've let a lot of people crash it, and I figured instead of putting a nice paint job on it, make it sturdy with fabric. So the fabric actually holds the bodywork all together really nice. So it's the whole vegetarian thing, and it's my cow Asaki. So.
Obviously, expensive protective gear isn't necessary. You don't need a pickup to haul your bike either. Is that Birch's lower intestine or the track layout? Work, work, work. That's all bikers ever do. Break it, fix it, break it again.
What do you need me to overanalyze? I've been a motorcycle rider since I was probably 3 or 4 years old, and my very first bike I actually got burned on, believe it or not, and ever since then I've been in love with bikes. So I've got a couple different bikes at home, and now I've got this thing, so it was inevitable for me to get something like this. I couldn't help but to have another motorcycle, so this was in Minnesota. This is just the reliable thing to do.
Oh, he took my knees out from me. I hit the brakes and he came up alongside me and took my knee. And I went into a tanker and down I went.
Yeah, I wish I'd have had the camera going. You had sparks flying.
Oh, I'm sure I had a little bit of rash going too.
The biggest tip is once the foot pegs grind down to a pulp, you got to replace them. Otherwise, the next thing to hit the ground is the chain, and that's big problems. You tend to throw it mid-corner, which just stinks. Next thing is have small, tiny feet. That pays off big time because they get in the way. That's the 2 biggest tips I can give you.
Those are tiny feet?
Well, they're as tiny as I can get them anyways. Tiny feet and little knees.
Here we go again. Just like wild horses waiting for the gate. And they're off like a thundering herd of turtles. Little turtles. Noisy little turtles. You have to love the kind of racing that produces crashes without injuries. How bad can you get hurt when you start practically sitting on the ground